Hello and welcome to anybody and everybody. This is the Seeds of Synergy podcast. My name is Patrick, and in today's conversation, I'll be joined by Anna, Frederic, and Guillermo, three friends of mine that are living in Pisac, Peru. And over the course of this conversation, we'll explore their perspective on spirituality, as well as how to connect with ourselves, especially in such a busy world. I hope there's some value or some seeds that are planted in your garden as a result of this conversation. Thank you and enjoy. What I wanted to ask you guys, and I think it resonates a lot with what you said before about how in Pisac things seem to manifest themselves in the sense that maybe there's more connection with the self in a place like this.
Yeah.
Why do you think life here works out so well for the individual, and how could that potentially be replicated in other parts of the world?
Can I go first?
See?
I'm seeing like the group power. Like many people are coming here with strong intention to connect to themselves,
Yep.
to heal, to go deeper. Like it's in the collective field here,
Yep.
and the place is so powerful with the mountains and like the ancient. So yeah, like the group, and for me this has been also kind of like the focus, like to see what we can do as a group, because like one person is powerful, of course, like if you're connected you're powerful, but when more people who are connected together with intention, we can do magic, like we can really do anything. Yeah.
So for you it'd be the intentions of the individuals as well as the community,
like coming together. Yes.
Okay.
Like many people coming with strong intention, like as I said, like connecting to themselves, connecting to higher, and then when this comes together, it's like it becomes more than individual parts. It becomes much more. Like 1 + 1 is not 2. It's like 200.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the power of synergy.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
That's actually one of the words that I was playing up with for the podcast, synergy, in some way. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's like everyone is connected to themselves, following their own guidance. Nobody's telling anybody what they're supposed to do. There's no like hierarchy. It's just everybody's connecting to themselves, to their higher self, and like following their own curiosity, their own passion. And when it comes together, it's like works like in a divine orchestration. Like everybody is like bringing their talents, their skills,
their strengths,
and it's exploding in a beautiful way.
So divine orchestration, it's like a choir.
Divine orchestration. I really like that word.
Kind of part of a choir, choir of the creation. So how to be in tune with this creation. For me, this is the point of.
We are in tune, but we don't know.
Yeah.
How to be knowingly in tune.
Yes.
So you enjoy the most.
Yeah.
Are we always in tune? This is the question.
No, the way for me, the learning is that, how to be in tune with myself.
Exactly. Always.
Yes. Here, there, like this place, I see from the beginning, like it is a place for manifestation. I have seen visions in Intihuatana, like still they are working, they are working, manifesting stuff here. And after going to the lakes up, also you can see the ancient knowledge of the Lemurians here, all attached with something like is not visible.
Yeah.
And then to make visible, you have to be connected to yourself. Then it start to come, the perception is different. And the plant medicine also helping a lot. That is why it's growing here, and it's easy to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, many things, many factors coming together here. That's like beyond just the clean air.
Yes.
This clean, pure nature. Like you don't see many things on the sky. Like okay, you see clouds, but it's like you feel the purity of the place. The mountain has the power also. Like it was so monumental, so big, and it's like you cannot forget it. You see it everywhere. So you're connecting also. To nature more powerfully. Like nature is part of everyday life. It's like not one day passes that we're not doing something with nature. So this is also a very big part of why here is something special.
From what I've found, I think, a combination of multiple things, like you were saying, the plant medicines, the ancestral connection and the tribal presence, the intentions of the individual, the community effect, but even not having distractions. I came here and it almost completely slipped my mind that it's 2024. Like Pisac just seems to be a town that's stuck in time, and there's no one's, or not everyone's, glued to their phone or so focused on the technological.
Yes, it's a different vibe.
It's I think being free from distractions as well as having all these other positive hobbies to do is a really good combination.
Yeah, actually, it's like the place forces you to like connect with yourself. Like, don't distract. Like you're coming here to go deep.
Sometimes you will lose your phone.
Sometimes more than one time. You're way too happy in the mountain. You don't realize you lost your phone. Wow.
It's an impressive thing to be able to do in this day and age. Not have a cell phone on.
For me, this is very like special thing. Like, and I like it that way for him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's good that he's more like connected to the mountain. You can see him in the mountain with a big smile. You know, you say, "Oh, Frederic," everybody knows.
Yes.
And it's kind of like harder to reach him. I don't know. I find it like it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's I like it. Even though I sometimes like, where's Frederic? need to contact, but you can't. He's in the mountain. You know? Like when he comes back, you will tell him.
And it's an interesting thing that I've been thinking a lot about, actually. Never before in human existence have we ever been so readily able to connect with one another across country, across continent. But it also does feel at the same time that there's never been more of a disconnect between nature, between local community. And so I'd be interested to hear your takes on how in this modern world we can sort of get back in tune and connected to our roots and with nature.
Just remember when I was living in the city, I have my phone, I have everything, but I was feeling so lonely that when I need a little bit of social interaction, I will go to the supermarket. Just to let's
human contact.
But it was no contact, but just I was okay. I see people, and I was feeling very lonely.
But also you had your studio, like yoga studio. Was it there different, maybe?
But I was, it was before coming to Peru, and I was very close, by being so much in the city. I was like emotionally like blocked, sacred medicine helped me to open. But it was like a feeling of very disconnection, as you say.
Isolated and
And I was in the middle of the city.
Surrounded by more people than you know what to do with.
I feel like it has much to do with our attention, like how much we can give attention to each other. Because I see like people who are like how you say when it's not part of the sample, exception,
outlier or exception.
Yes. But like many people who are coming from the world, like from their busy lifestyles, of course, I was one of them, so I can relate. Like it's nothing wrong with that, but you can see the difference, Many of them cannot give much attention because they're like thinking about a million things, so many things going on in the background. Their mind is so full. So when it's something magical happening in the moment, like this podcast, I cannot believe that you appeared here and we are making a podcast. Like this is like the magic that happens, when you're present, when you're there, when you're paying attention. Who is this person in front of me? Like, why is he here? There must be a reason, this. And these people don't have in the city. Like they have like very limited attention to themselves, to it. Like we don't even like know our emotions in the city. Like I was also numb. I didn't admit to many emotions. It was just like continue, like keep yourself alive. You have to do this, you have to do that. It's like you don't even have this space to question, okay, is my life really actually working for me? Like, is it really the life I want to live? So it's like, here you have like with the quiet, with the peace, with the mountain, nature, you have this like call back, like actually let me examine, let me revisit, let me see what happened, like why am I feeling this, like there's something, you know. If you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling stress, if you're feeling, but sometimes we don't even realize this in the city. Like I was living in London and like doing a lot of work that was keeping me happy and motivated, and I could buy purses and, you know, be in the more like higher class life. But like with the emotions, I didn't have like much relationship with that, like with my deeper part of myself. So it's like you forget about that part of yourself, and when you come to a place like this, you actually remember, like there's another part of me. Yeah, it's also like this space for attention, I would say.
The matrix is working much more. If you see the lines of the matrix in the cities, and you see the lines of the matrix here, in the cities are congested, no, because so many people connected to that. But here, because we are in the altitude, and less people is living in this, in all the billions of people of the world, very less percentage is living more than 3,000 meters up. Of course, the matrix is very thin. Then you can feel more yourself by forcing. Once you are going up in the mountain, the stress disappears. Here, who will be stressed here? There's no reason, nothing to be stressed. No, you just touch the grass, and there's no. Then the lines in the imposition in the cities are so far from your real self. Like it's hard to realize how to get out of that, to look yourself. No, here is very easy to get out of your body and look yourself whatever you're doing. In the city is not easy.
No.
So the congestion of the mind, no?
Yes, noise. Like
yes, and because you can see when you are working in the esoteric world, you can see like the mind is there, but you are not the mind. And when you are involved in your normal life, you know that, but you cannot see that. You cannot feel that. Then you know, maybe you read in the book, yes, it's true, but how I reach there, and when you are busy all the time, how you reach there? You need time, no, to just, okay, mind is there, me is there, me is here, everything is here, but it's not me, no, me is myself. But to reach that, you need a lot of work every day, like be with yourself.
And actually, I think that was probably leading in very nicely to the next question that I want to ask. I think coming back to yourself and really honing into where your attention is can be quite an isolating and lonely process, I think, because you were a certain person for so long and you formed relationships with loved ones and friends. And how have you dealt with that sort of experience and that transition from being that previous self to now coming back, giving yourself a bit of distance and getting in tune with your attention? Because there would have been a lot of people telling you, why are you doing this? I don't understand it, just doesn't make any sense. How did you onboard that negative or criticism and still stay true to where you were wanting to go?
I think it's just a question of you want to have the best life possible. So at one point, you don't care about the other people, because I was caring a lot about judgment of other people. So my life was like miserable and very suffering. I always okay, what you will think about if I do this. Then slowly I understand that I want my life the best possible. So I cannot always. So I need to go for my life. It's okay to be connected and to not lose your connection because of
judgment and other things.
Yes, we are ourselves seeing outside the wrong perception of who I am. No? I'm seeing something. When I'm judging outside, I'm judging myself, and it's not clear who is outside and who is me. And then what I feel the best to avoid to do that is to take any sacred plant, anyone, because this will connect automatically to yourself. You cannot avoid yourself. Once you are in this is the original being, no? And you can see yourself very clear, no confusion at all. And then here the mind is very active, and when you are with the Wachuma or Wilka or mushroom, you cannot avoid yourself. You are there full present. And this is for me the best way to see yourself. And after, of course, is how much dedication you can put to be the best version of what you want to be. Yes, if I have to say something, how to make the best is the highway to heaven, not the plant medicine.
The no judgment also.
Yes.
Yes.
You are seeing who you really are. I tell to her, no, in the connection, I never see any judgment, any bad thing. Always is everything is perfect. No, the world is perfection.
Yeah.
And it's one perfection connected to one energy line. It's no perfection coming from any plan or. No. You have to experience that perfection. If no, you cannot be perfect without experiencing. From the mind have no perfection. No, the conscience have perfection. Then if you're experiencing instead of thinking, then you will get to yourself always.
Yeah, and it's also like we all judge. We all do it. Like it's sometimes conscious, sometimes unconscious, but like it happens. It's human. It's just like the way we operate here. It's like the ego mechanism, like seeing myself as separate as the other, different, as like we are in some kind of better or worse. We're all the same, like we're all doing the same thing. But it's important to realize that it's not that we shouldn't judge, it's impossible for us to judge correctly. Yeah. Because we don't know. We don't know, like we were all born innocent babies. So something happened to us, the system, the upbringing, the like conditioning of the world, it happens to us and we become one way or another, and then we are judging people for being one way or another. Yeah, you know, it's like we cannot judge. The tool for that in this world is forgiveness. Like we are just like keep on forgiving each other, but like the ultimate realization is like, you know, you cannot judge and there's no point in judgment, you know, like that there's nothing to be forgiven. This is the point, like nobody does anything out of their malice. No. Like it's just because we were conditioned that to be like this or that, and somebody likes this more than this, and it's okay. Like it's diversity. It's like we can all exist, you know. It's not like we have to fight each other. Yes, like once we detach our ego, like our identification with the story, like we can see it from a different perspective, and this is what we are like pointing when you connect. You see the broader perspective, the higher perspective, and you see that actually everything's happening for you, for your benefit, for your growth. It's not like somebody's like trying to do, even if they are doing something that you would consider bad, like still you can see the good in it. You can like learn from like bad teachers, from negative teachers, you know, you can learn all the time, you can grow, and this is all serving you. So it's like if you take it that way, of course you won't go into personal story, revenge, like this, that, you know, like whatever.
I don't know if you guys have been to Machu Picchu in your time.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet?
No, I haven't been there.
Still a year here, but still haven't gone. But for sure, like because we have these ruins here,
yes,
this side it feels like the same thing, you know.
Yes.
And Machu Picchu is a bit more busy, so like we are preferring to connect here, like then go there. But for sure we'll go.
Because what I was going to say was very much aligned with the ancient knowledge that must have existed at the time to build something like that. I didn't realize, but Machu Picchu itself was built from the ground up, and the base of it is all different sized rocks, so it acts as a natural filtration system for when the rain falls. They have their vegetation and crops on the surface, and they get the water, the soil then absorbs what it needs, and the rest just runs off down through the natural filtration that they set up.
Oh, I didn't know this either.
No,
nice.
And the precision with which some of the bricks are put into place, you can't even fit a sheet of paper in between them. And they're doing that with stone tools. And
this ancient knowledge I have seen here, they know many things, energetically, vibrational, how they were working in the ancient times before being like manifested as a body. And is there the knowledge? We are just I feel we are here just to connect that knowledge with the normal people.
Yes.
Connect all what we are seeing, just try to connect in the best way to everybody who is living in the world. And a lot of knowledge, really, not only in the manifestation, also in the not visible.
Yeah.
And for that, you have to believe. Then everything, how we start, not believe.
Yeah.
Because if you don't believe, everything starts in the imagination and in the mind, but you can go far from that in believing that this is real.
I think, though, that ties in nicely with what you were saying earlier about how that can be quite difficult, because if you're changing your systems of belief by listening to new and emergent theories and actualities, it deconstructs the paradigms and the perspective that you formed for life. But I think that deconstruction is so important in terms of your personal reconstruction, because you're a lot more open and
like being open to maybe like it's different than what you believe, like, and also if you're feeling the rightness of it, like go for it, believe in it, because you're feeling it, you're feeling the resonance, so many things we believe that are questionable. Many things is good to believe, many things is bad to believe. It's like believing in the right thing, what feels right with you, what's right for you, like what resonates with your essence.
Yes, you have to cross-check all what your believing system from the when you remember something, and you have to cross-check. Oh, I believe in this. Myself is connected to that, or is a kind of imagination. Is my mind telling to believe in that because of the society or the way of the system is created not to believe in something like it's untrue.
Then you believe guide your action. Yeah, you believe something, then it guides your action.
Yes, action on that. And just prove yourself if it is true for you or not.
What you dedicate your attention and your belief system in plays such a vital role in how your life turns out and what you're able to get from life.
Yes, again, comes back to attention. Like belief is something you're putting your attention on with constant repetitive thoughts that are like serving that belief, basically. Like your attention.
It was a very good book written by Dr. Joseph Murphy that was talking about the power of the subconscious mind. And he said, your life is like a magnifying glass, and whatever sun in terms of thoughts or feelings that you filter through that magnifying glass will be able to either start a fire or not. And if you imagine a magnifying glass with lots of dispersed light coming in from all different angles, and that's to represent a scattered mind, one that's not quite clear and present, you're never going to be able to start a fire because there's no focus and there's no attention or focal point. Whereas one thought or one really powerful ray of sunlight that's directed and constantly reiterated to yourself has the power to start the fire.
Yes, it's the united will of you, like focused in one direction. And for this, like one beautiful practice comes from shamanic traditions. It's called recapitulation. This is something, that you can share, Habibi.
Yeah, this is what I was telling before. Like you have to go to every experience of your life and check because you were choosing in many ways. Then just integrate all that and go to that experience and see what was real there for you and what was the system create for you. Then go to every experience and get the conscience of that experience. Then now you integrate and disappear. That experience is no more in your karma or your lineage or whatever. It's disappearing from there. What you are integrating is vanishing. Then you have to do with every emotion what you feel is there still and is coming to you repetitive to your mind. Something what is coming repetitive to your mind, you have to check. And after that, you can make like how you say when it's sorted, it's not exactly. And after you can make also like writing every person what you met in your life. And just go to all the experience and collect the conscience from each person. Then it's a long process to do with each person of your life and each experience of your life. I'm doing still, after you can do every day the recapitulation of what you have done in that day, where your conscience, what you remember, or where you in that experience.
I would just put it in another words, like you're coming from your current consciousness, who you know to be now, and broad perspective that you have as a who's shaped, who's formed, who has some insights, who learned some things, been through experiences. And now from current consciousness, and like of course you want to be in state of love and peace, you go back into your past experience. Let's say it was strong for you, emotionally charged, and you go there with your current state of consciousness. You check yourself in that moment, your consciousness, where it was, how it understood this event, how it perceived it, what happened in that moment to shape this strong emotion in this moment, what happened to you, what were you believing in that moment. And then from your current state of consciousness, you allow to see what was the real situation, for it to come, what was the real situation. And then in that moment, it neutralizes the event. It kind of like recollects your energy back. You're not there anymore, connected strongly emotionally. It's not repetitively coming back to you. You're at peace with it. Like your neutral energy, like in this moment, like you're not judging anyone in the situation. Let's say if somebody attacked you, and like you were seeing it, like in a way, like I was the big victim, he was the big perpetrator, the tyrant, bully. And now you're seeing it from another angle, from higher consciousness. You're seeing it, that person was in a moment having this sort of experience, and they didn't do it personally to you. They did it because they didn't know what else to do, and you don't take it personally. You leave the emotional charge out of it. You're neutral now, and with this, all of the energy that was there connected to this in this negative way comes back to you, like recharged, positive, like. And once you do this with many things, many events, like that were people that were significant to you, that were kind of influential, shaping you, you experience such like big energy coming back to you, like you're having this energetic core that's stronger, that's more united, that's integrated. And then you can put all of this will into something like your creative expression, your like, you're uniting your focus, your will into something, you're gonna write your phoenix story out of this, out of everything that happened to you. So it's like a beautiful experience. Everybody can feel. This is the benefit, like the allure of it, because you can feel it. You can feel the energy coming back to you. And once you feel yourself like so much energy coming back to you, it's like, where has it been? I can use this. I can use it to channel into something positive. Something, a masterpiece.
And that's so inspiring to hear, because I think a lot of the challenge nowadays with integrating change into your life is the inconvenience and difficulty or lack of results that it might yield. And then after a while, if you haven't seen any improvement or some sort of change, you tend to revert back to old habits. But hearing that continual practice on a day-to-day basis actually does start to become noticeable, and we do see the impacts of it. It's a really good motivator for that type
it's
of
like
change.
You're putting all of your power in the now, because you took all the energy out of it. You're putting it here in the here and now, and from here and now, you're really the most powerful. This is where we are connecting. This is where we're really feeling the flow of life, feeling being present, like here and now. So it's really powerful thing, like to be united in the here and now.
Yeah, I think that the way I see it is the letting go of fear of the future, or anxiety or stress from the future, but as well as regret and other things from the past to bring you back to the current. But also, I think, like you were saying, forgiveness was also a very important part of that, letting go and not giving you energy to things that don't serve you.
Yeah, like taking the best out of it, like the understanding, the empathy, because like we've all been like playing different roles through life. Like nobody is like, perfect. We are all perfect, but it's like we are human too, and like in this sense we're limited, so we're not going to be like always in perfection of how the creation is.
I think that's also a very important part of the curiosity and the learning is empathy, and having empathy for others. Which is why I'm so privileged to be sitting here chatting with you guys, because I'm able to learn more about other countries and other perspectives on life, which allow me to empathize better with more people.
This is also part of the opening mind, that maybe it's not all how you think it is, like how your country thinks it is, how your town where you were born thinks it is. Once you go out in the world and you see, wow, they're doing it like this.
Yeah.
Wow, they're doing something other than what I'm used to. It's like opening your mind, and you're actually like more accepting, more welcoming, more open.
Thank you so much for tuning in for that episode with Frederic, Anna, and Guillermo. It was truly a pleasure to have a conversation with them in Peru, and actually it was my very first conversation that I recorded. As always, there'll be a wide spectrum of takeaways that people gain from this conversation. However, for me, I believe the most prominent seeds that were planted in my mind anyway were the idea of recapitulation, which I know Anna went into a bit of detail about, but essentially looking at all of the different past experiences that are currently draining our energy, whether it was a traumatic experience or something where there was just a lot of invested emotional energy, being able to, through practice and through repetitive daily immersion, slowly but surely disassociate the intensive energy from those experiences and reclaim it for yourself now in the present moment. If you found anything that resonated with you or feel as if one of your friends might find some value in this conversation, please share it around. If anyone else was interested in having a conversation, please reach out. You'll find the socials and avenues of connection listed down below. Thank you, and until next time, bye.